Okay guys, today we are going to do part 2 of our Halloween Photoshop activity. So you should have your pumpkin open at this point. We're in Photoshop Elements. You need to go to File, New, Blank File. We're going to call this Halloween. We're going to set our width at 700 pixels, our height at 500 pixels, and our resolution will be 72 pixels per inch. You click OK, and we've got a new kind of horizontal rectangle here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to create kind of a nighttime scene using the gradient tool. You guys use that for your pumpkin. Go ahead and click the gradient tool. Your foreground, that front square, is going to be a darkish blue color. Your background, the kind of background square there, the bottom one, going to be a black color. And for your pumpkin, you use the radial gradient. Today we're going to switch it up and we're going to use the linear gradient, the very first picture there. And as you drag across your screen, you can see the direction you drag, that line kind of goes with it. The longer you drag out, the smoother the gradient is. And I kind of like a nice smooth gradient, so I'm going to go all the way top to bottom. And we now have our background picture, or background, ready to go for our scene. You all have on Macintosh HD a folder called Fall Scene that has a bunch of different pictures in there. You can choose what you want your scene to be. I'm going to do this house and kind of make a haunted house with it. So, in order to use this, we need to get it open in Photoshop. To do that, you hold Control on your keyboard, click on the file name, and go to Open With, Adobe Photoshop Elements. And you now have this open in Photoshop Elements. Okay? We're going to select this whole picture by doing Command A. We'll copy it. You can either go to Edit, Copy, or choose Command C. Come over to your Halloween scene, and you can either go to Edit, Paste, or do Command V as the shortcut. Okay, now obviously our picture is too big here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the Move tool and move this around. You see there's little handles right there, and you can resize this to an appropriate size for your scene.
Girls over there.
So we've got this created, got it where we want it. I can either click that green check mark or hit return, and this is good. Okay, you can drop other pieces in there if you would like to. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add kind of some trees. If you have, I'll show you some other options you can use, but I'm going to make a Halloween scene here. So the place you went to do the ellipse tool last time, we're going to click and hold on that and go down to Custom Shape tool. Once we have the Custom Shape tool, it looks like a little heart down there under the gradient. You see the shapes right there. Click the little pop-up menu, and you see a few different shapes, but we're going to get even more. There's some arrows off to the side. Click that and go over to All Elements Shapes. And here you'll see lots and lots of little pictures you could use. The one we're going to use is a kind of a dead looking tree. It's called Tree 9. And we want our tree to be a tree color, so before we do anything else, we're going to go find kind of a brownish color to use for our tree. And you can draw that. If you don't like where it went, use the Move tool to put it where you want it. You can delete it and start over. I'm going to put another one here, kind of farther back in the distance. And another one, I don't know. Okay, so now we have three dead-looking trees there. Next thing I'm going to teach you how to do, by the way, you could do any other of these custom shapes that make sense for what you want your picture to look like. Next thing I'm going to teach you about is the paintbrush tool, and we're going to use it in a little different way than you've used in the past. So we're going to go to the paintbrush tool, We go up here to the styles of brushes. Right now we're in default. If you open that up and you scroll down some, these two are different kinds of grass. I'll teach you about using those. In fact, let's go ahead and do grass right now. You can pick which one you think looks better. I'm going to go with this dune grass. You pick kind of a range of colors. My foreground, I'm going to make kind of a greenish. Background, I'm going to make a brownish, whitish, light brown. And as you paint, it will give you all colors in between. Obviously, take a look at that blade of grass. It's almost as big as the trees. We're going to resize that to a lot smaller.
And then there's this little, we should make this.
Okay. And, oh, you need to do that on a blank layer to start. So if you get this, cancel, do a new blank layer. And you can see the grass kind of filling in right there. And that doesn't look right, but watch this. We can take that tree up on top of there, and you can kind of adjust. Whoops, see I'm on the wrong layer again. Go back to that new layer you had.
This one is a lot simpler, although the other one was quite simple.
And so we're going across here.
Really,
and you'll want to fill this in. And as you notice, this really is starting to kind of look like grass. So I'm going to kind of finish this up quick. I'm going to go in a hurry. You'll want to fill this all in so there's not dirt showing underneath. You're going to fill that in. And okay, now the only issue I see here is this tree. Kind of looks like there should be some grass in front of that. So I'll do another new layer, put it in front of the tree. Notice it's all stacked, and I can just kind of do a simple.
It labels it as adjustment layer.
Now the tree is in the grass.
And you are going to choose one of these in here. I think it's.
The next brush I'm going to show you is right by the grass is some leaves. And I'm going to do kind of a fall colors of leaves. Let's do a dark orangish, brownish. And a, I don't know. A more yellowish color. And again, those leaves are too big. So you can resize that down.
But what you're going to do is choose adjustment layers, and then you're going to go in and change red. You can do a red, and I think
now,
a green and
there's
a
some
blue.
leaves on the ground.
You do 3 different colors in there.
And if you don't like it, you just undo, Command Z. That'll be your last one.
And this is not photographed.
And if you want to do some leaves up in the trees still, kind of hanging on there at the end. Okay, and there's my leaves. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you how to do is to put your pumpkin in your scene. And I'm going to put mine kind of on the porch. So you can close that house we don't need anymore. And here's my pumpkin. And you go to the Move tool. I'm working on that layer. I'm going to drag my pumpkin over, and it's just going to be absolutely huge when I put it onto this picture. Okay. You can just resize, shrink that thing down.
Adjustment layers. You're going to be working with. You're going to be merging files.
And I now have a pumpkin kind of sitting out in front of my house. Something I think would maybe make that look better is maybe put a little grass in front of it so it looks like it's sitting in the grass. I can go to paintbrush, switch back to my grass.
We're not doing this right. All right, so
and
this is
I don't know, that's about right.
With iPhones and iPads, I think he explains that.
And I just maybe do. Those are probably a little big still.
See how you've got the vignette.
I just make adjustments to fit what you want to do.
So you're gonna be taking one of your images.
That just kind of softens it like it's sitting in the grass. Now, there's a lot of other things you could do. There's a star paintbrush. There's other pictures you can drop in. But once you have these basic pieces done and have your pumpkin in the scene, I want to show you one other option you have for finding other things to put in here. You can open your web browser. I would suggest Safari. And you go to schools.clipart.com.
So he's going to do that 3 times, doing 3 different layers.
And once you go here, you will be able to log in. WMS. Password is CATS, C-A-T-S. And you can search for clip art. Go right into clip art, and maybe I don't know, ghosts.
Notice he just
So I'll search ghost,
right here.
and there's lots of different things. Or maybe I want bat.
So then
Okay.
moving forward a little bit
And
here.
let's just say I want, I don't know, this bat right here. I can click on it, it'll go into the full-size version. Simplest way to do this is I can just drag it right down to my desktop,
Is a new one for you.
and there it is. And you can put your Safari away. Now to get this onto your Photoshop is the same way as we did with the house. You're going to hold Control, click on that, go to Open with,
You guys have done that already.
Adobe Photoshop
J,
Elements.
Duplicate a layer.
and there it is.
And then this blending mode, I'm going to stop right there.
Whoops. We need to select
So
it,
your
so I'm going to
blending
do
modes
Command A.
will be
We're going to then copy it,
right
Command
here, there's a
V,
normal, and that's where
or
you
Command
go
C, I'm
to
sorry. Come back over here to your
change your mode.
Halloween scene. Now you paste it. Edit, paste, or Command
So
V.
you're going to be moving through there.
Now,
you're gonna be
got some
using
problems
the
here.
eraser
Got a white
tool.
background to it. It's very easy to
You're gonna
remove.
put in a blur,
Teach you a new tool.
and then this
The
switch
magic
right
wand
here,
right
you
here.
gotta
If
send
you
this
click
out.
that, you can click on the color you want to get rid of. I want to get rid of the white.
Just open up on
I
the
click
desktop.
there, hit delete. Click on this white, hit delete. And now, go back to my move tool, and I have my pumpkin.
Maybe your screen
Notice the
back.
marching ants around there. Command D will deselect those. And now I can just resize it to whatever size
You'll
I
have to
need.
open up one of your photographs.
Okay, and here is my Halloween scene.
Get that
Interested to see what you guys get? Go ahead and get to work.